breaking news. We have just found out that Palace has sacked their manager. So, what we are going to witness this weekend is the sack fixture, Liverpool versus Palace. It's just going to be one of those. Everyone, no, nobody has a manager. Everybody's manager free. Freedom for all.
Yeah, it's like everybody has been orphaned, in one fell
Yeah.
swoop. But you know what? I I I am I was a bit baffled by the Matt Beard news, but Laura Kaminski, I am even more baffled because she has said all season how supportive the club has been and what a good relationship she has with Crystal Palace as a club. So I am really curious to see what went wrong here. But obviously, because
I mean,
it's
I think it's the table. The table is wrong. Paris are in the wrong position on the table.
fair enough, but um, that's true for like all championship clubs that you know uh, do get promoted. It's
I
the
think
unfortunate
I
reality of
think
women's football.
her sin was that she wanted her players to play football. I think that was her
Yeah.
sin. Like if she had just packed Palace in, 10 people behind the ball for 90 minutes every game, they might have walked away with a few more draws.
Hmm.
Uh, and I think that perhaps they just want a manager to do that. They just want a manager who will do that.
Yeah, maybe. We'll have to wait and see where that decision came from, obviously, but we did not want to deprive our viewers of big breaking news that we did suddenly find out after we finished recording. So we came back and recorded again. So yay. Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of All About the W. We are back after a 2 week international break. Very excited that the league is back. So Ash is here with me. Hey Ash, how are you
Hey
doing?
guy. I mean, I don't watch a lot of international football, so I hadn't watched like the Portugal fixture or any of that. So
Mhm.
mostly I've just been in a little bit of football withdrawal. I'm really really happy that football is back.
Yeah, same here. So Ash and I are here to do a quick round of predictions. We're going to keep it short and sweet. Just going to give like probably just trying to refresh our memories as to where all the teams were right before this international break happened. But you know what? Let's get started with usually Ash and I go fixture by fixture, but there is some big news, isn't there, Ash?
Yeah, I mean, uh, so for the first fixture that we want to talk about, which is Palace versus Liverpool, this is the first game that Liverpool will be playing under interim manager Amber Whitley, and the whole like WSL world, at least not football world, but at least WSL world was shocked by the sacking. I don't know, presumed sacking of Matt Beard. I don't know if it was sacking or whether he quit or however it worked out. Liverpool and Matt Beard decided to part ways. How do you feel about that, guy? Were you as surprised as I was?
I was very surprised. It just came out of nowhere. Like first of all, um, because this is such an odd time to sack a manager, uh,
Yeah.
you know, um, and B because Matt Beard is somebody who's been in the league for a very long time. This is his like second stint in Liverpool, obviously, um, and I mean, sure they're having a terrible season this time around, but Liverpool did finish fourth last season. So all things considered, I was definitely surprised. Um,
Yeah, I mean, like, like they also came out with this statement where they were like, not statement, but like it has been reported that they wanted to go to the next level or something like that. And they just felt like Matt Beard wasn't the right person for that job. But, that I'm a little confused by that also because, of how far he's gotten Liverpool. Like, he got them promoted. He's the one that helped them finish fourth. Like he's literally taken them to the position where they are in now, which is a mid-table WSL, uh like a regular mid-table club, and last year he did finish above United, which is a big scalp in my book, considering, just like the players that were there, the squad that United had, and all of those factors. So to
Yeah.
me, I was really surprised by it. Uh, I was also surprised with the timing of it. I don't know if you'd agree with me. I
Yeah.
just felt like if they had to sack him and for these reasons, then why waste a transfer season? Like why bring you all of these? It not much has changed since January. If you had sacked him in January and then you had a new manager with which you could do transfers, uh, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I wonder if it's one of those things where they want to bring in a new manager who then makes decisions for the next season. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
honestly, like, to me, from the outside, it looks like conversations absolutely broke down between Matt Beard and the club, because we know Matt Beard has been fairly vocal about how little, like, how little money the club has given to him, say for scouting and for getting new players and etc. So I do have a feeling that maybe conversations just completely broke down and there was just no way forward. Uh, the alternative is that, I mean, honestly, like if Liverpool actually have somebody ready and if they announce a new manager, say in the next week or so, then great. Then the plan is very clear. It is to get a new manager in 2 3 months before the season ends, so that they can make like a good assessment of where the team is at, what the new goals are, who are the new players that they need to be looking at, etc. But I mean, honestly, knowing Liverpool's history with this women's team, how the club has treated the women's team, I really doubt that that's their goal. But
yeah.
time will tell, I guess.
Yeah, also because I think aren't they still in the FA Cup? So that means that like you took away a steady manager at a time when you still had the possibility of winning a trophy,
Yeah,
and so the season could still have been turned around. And like realistically, like what do you gain from being either fourth or sixth or seventh, which is where they're currently at, I think.
yeah,
Uh, so like because Champions League spots are not something you were going to get even last season and this season for sure. And so it was a really like a, it really doesn't make that much of a difference uh, when you're not up for relegation and you're going to be either fifth or seventh or whatever. So to
yeah,
me, it didn't like the league was not something you want to sack the manager for, and you're in a cup, you could win the cup, right?
yeah.
So then you'd want to keep your manager. And I don't think the players, like, I think the players understood the constraints he was under, because I don't think it's like the players stopped playing under him or it was like a dressing room problem. I mean, it's possible there were things behind the scenes that we're not familiar with, but it just
Yeah,
didn't feel like that.
honestly feels like, first of all, Matt Beard, Liverpool had a lot of injuries, like
Yeah,
two key players like Roman Haug and Hobinger themselves, two very crucial players for them last season. And obviously, the team would have looked very different this time around if they were fit. The other thing is like Matt Beard is known to be a really good man manager.
yeah,
It's one of his strengths, and like tactically, I feel like he doesn't get enough credit sometimes,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
because I mean, I'll say it as a Chelsea fan, like Chelsea have really struggled against Liverpool over the
yeah,
years, like the last few years. So, um, like Beard is somebody who can who's who can adapt the way they play, like
yeah.
way Liverpool play tactically, and
But
it's not
like
flashy football, huh?
I feel like because he doesn't get enough credit tactically, they can make the sort of narrative that, oh, we wanted a higher level of manager. Because they'll be like, oh, we wanted to play the kind of like exciting football, like say City or Brighton or someone play. But
Yeah,
like if you think about it, that doesn't serve. Like there are teams like who are in competition in that sense with Liverpool right now, like Spurs and Brighton, who
Hmm.
are suffering from playing that attractive football.
Yeah.
So uh, like to me, it doesn't, like, for a mid-tier team to be like, oh, we'll play like Chelsea. You need the players to play like Chelsea. Like, you can't
Chelsea don't play that
everybody.
way. That's a funny
Yeah,
thing. We can't hold on to the ball. Like, as in, like, I'm saying, like, when you compare to, say, Arsenal or City,
yeah,
Chelsea really struggle to control matches. And honestly, like, I really prefer, like, the kind of football Liverpool play. I love watching transition football. Like, that's where the chaos is. That's where the fun is, you know? That's where, like, the
yeah.
possibilities of upsets happen, you know?
Yeah, and the thing is that, like, I the point is to play good football. It's not about what style of play you have. It's about just being smart and just doing the basics right in most
Yeah,
cases.
absolutely.
So I think in that sense he's an underrated manager, and I really think that Liverpool have, like, if they get a great manager in, or maybe that's also a possibility, that there is a great, like, there's a manager that they have in mind, and they're afraid of losing her, or like, uh they're afraid of losing this manager simply because they held on to Matt Beard.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's possible they were already under talks with somebody,
You're
and
being
uh,
very kind to Liverpool Football Club, but you know what?
yeah,
You
I
could be
mean,
right.
I don't know, like, what other reason could they have to sack somebody in, like, March,
Yeah.
February, but like
Anyway,
effectively March.
fair enough. Yeah. But Ash, how do you think this fixture is going to play out? Palace versus Liverpool.
Right, sorry, the fixture. Oh my God, Palace. I really hope Palace can dig themselves out of this hole that they have fallen, relegation hole that they have dug themselves so deep into. Uh,
Yeah.
like, even with the chaos surrounding Liverpool, I think they have enough to beat Palace. But then again, like, Palace did manage to hold them to a draw in the reverse fixture. So I think anything is possible. But then, and they will be playing Liverpool at home, so they do have that home advantage. I mean, Palace do really need these points. Like, if they don't manage to at least draw this game, I just do not see how they're going to, like, start that battle for, like, against
Yeah.
relegation.
Yeah. I completely agree. I think um, Palace really need to start picking up points, but you know, it's really heartbreaking because um, like Palace are so good for like 60 minutes and then they just
Yeah.
like fall off a
Yeah, but
cliff.
we've been saying that since the start of the season. And the thing is, now that Leicester and Everton have strengthened, like, I would have, like, until the transfer seasons ended, I was like, please Leicester go down, because Leicester are just horrifying to watch. But like, now that Leicester have strengthened and they actually know how to score goals and stuff, I just feel like Palace are the worst team. Like, if you just effectively squad wise, player wise, Palace are the worst team. So I feel like maybe it's fair that they go down.
Hmm. Yeah, it's fair enough. Um I think for me in this game, I just feel like it's going to go one of two ways. Like one is like Liverpool are like really fired up because the manager got sacked, whatever. Those things that happen. Like these things are obviously like very emotional moment for players, I'm
Yeah.
sure, because this is like a manager they've worked with for a while now. Or the alternative is they're just like really deflated and like this is a chance for Paris to kind of just like take 3 points off of them. I'm
Yeah.
gonna, you know what? I'm gonna say Palace are gonna win this. 2-1 to Crystal Palace is my prediction for this.
Oh, I'm gonna go opposite. I'm gonna say 3-1 Liverpool. I think the players are just going to be upset with the management, and raring to go, and just be like, to hell with it.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on. We've spoken for like upwards of 12 minutes about Matt Beard and Liverpool and
Yeah.
Palace. Let's move on to Manchester United versus Leicester. Leicester obviously had that 3-0 win over Villa. Like it was like slightly a bit of a shocker, but also not so much. They have a striker. We are all happy about that. United we know has like been very organized. They've not conceded a whole lot. They also come on the back of like a 3-1 win over Palace. So this the reverse fixture of this one ended 2-0 to United. So I was wondering, how do you see this game playing out, Ash?
Honestly, I think this is a slam dunk for United. Like, I know Leicester have a striker, and but I still
I
think like
know
the
that
three,
Leicester have a striker. I
like
love that sentence.
like I still think those like three goals against Palace is not anything to measure anybody by. Like, United have the best defense in the league, and like I just don't see anyone putting more than a goal past them. Barring I think that City game, I didn't think anyone put more than two goals past United. So
Yeah.
uh I just I really don't see it. I can't see Leicester defeating United even in the best of circumstances.
Hmm. You know what I really want for you? Like, I mean, honestly, like I feel like if United drop points like to Leicester or something, like the gap between like this first and the second is going to be massive. I mean,
Yeah.
that is if Chelsea keep picking up points. That's a different story. But like you want the top of the table to be a bit exciting. But I also feel like, there's a chance that like right after international break, maybe United like do fumble a little bit. You never know. But okay, fair enough. So what is your score prediction for this?
I'm gonna go same scoreline as reverse fixture. 2-0 United.
2-0 United. I'm gonna say 3-2. I feel like it's going to be chaotic. 3-2 to United.
Uh, Fair enough. I,
Yeah.
I can't see Leicester scoring two goals against United, but maybe
Hey,
you're
hey,
wrong.
Helen Eric's daughter would beg to differ, or maybe she would. I don't know.
Yeah. Flynn's
Wow, I actually
Flynn's
remember her
daughter.
name.
Her name
Yeah,
is not
it is
anything.
Helen. Helen, right? HLIN. Anyway,
Flynn,
uh,
whatever.
oh, let's not pretend we know Icelandic.
Yeah.
Anyway, um, moving on. Yeah, uh, we have Aston Villa versus Everton.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a close one, I think. I mean, what do you think? Like, I feel like these teams are so close, it's impossible to call.
Yeah, I feel like with this, I think the momentum is on Everton's side, right?
Yeah.
Everton, I think they beat Leicester in the league, and they almost like got a draw against Chelsea as well. So I feel like they have that momentum, and I think Brian Sorensen in the press conference mentioned that the team is in a good place and holding Chelsea off in the manner that they did, almost getting some points out of that game. Uh, it's helped the team's confidence a lot, and we know their new signings have kind of boosted everything for them. They look a completely different squad, a completely different team right now. Villa, on the other hand, just had that quote unquote shock defeat. I feel like in my head, I feel like Villa are in sixth place with the quality of squad that they have, but the reality is that they are placed 11th right now. So I
Yeah.
shouldn't call it a shock, a defeat. But still, I feel like Villa should have definitely performed better against Leicester. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, the fact is that Villa also has like a new coach in Natalia Arroyo, and maybe she's had a chance to formulate a plan during the international
Yeah.
break.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, she's gotten some time also with these players. I mean, of course, some of them left for international duty, but
Yeah.
there are fair few there that she had time to work with. So I think, we'll slowly now start seeing what her game plan is, because I'm sure until now she was sort of like working off of fumes.
Hmm.
Uh, you know, and yeah, that defeat was somewhat shocking, but I will say that, she it's not like they've been playing badly. Like I think that they had more possession in that game as well, so I
Hmm.
do think that, like, it's just that it just the final third, that final pass was like the final little bit of precision was missing,
Yeah.
and that's something
Yeah.
you can just like train and get your players to get to.
Hmm.
So Let's see. Anyway, Spurs versus City.
But wait, don't jump ahead. What's your prediction?
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Still with Spurs. It's
I
okay.
was
We'll
like
get there.
Spurs. Uh, uh, I'm gonna go 2-1 Villa.
I'm gonna go 2-1 Everton.
Yeah, good call. I mean,
Yeah.
I would also pick Everton, but I just feel like I don't know. I just feeling inside me that Villa will
Okay.
somehow
Okay.
pull up a win.
Fair enough. Let's see. Yes, Spurs versus City. Let's go back. Look,
Yeah.
go to get to it.
Oh my
All right.
God, I just want to get
Wow.
it done with. I'm gonna find a safe place, on behind the couch, under the covers to watch this game from. I think City will be just salivating at the mouth to play Spurs after seeing
Yeah.
that Arsenal game.
I feel like
Like,
Bunny Shaw is like, picturing all the ways in which she's going to like dunk on like Claire Hunt and Molly
oh
Butler.
God,
Like she's just
just
there, she's doing her yoga and she's just like imagining it.
I swear, the minute she sees like those lily white kids, she's just like, today I'm scoring a
Hat
brace
trick.
minimum hat trick.
No, no. Hat trick day for me. Yeah.
Anyway, she's top scorer, so like whatever. And like honestly, I don't see Spurs even scoring. Like unless City mess up badly and like practically hand them the ball in front of goal, which is possible with City.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even then, I'll only believe it when it goes into the back of the net. Like I swear, Spurs are so bad right now that even an open goal they'll miss. Like, and I have no clue what this new beef Rob has with Spence, because he just has stopped playing her. Like I don't know what's happening. He's playing this weird midfield with like Siki and Oroth, and I'm just like, what is wrong with you? Like, please just play Spence.
Siki, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. And and Sumanan is still injured, and
Yeah.
Artinen is still on the bench. Like she is never
I
going
mean,
to get played.
Artinen plays. I mean, it
Okay.
depends, but like, Spence doesn't play. Basically, Spence has been benched, and I have no clue why he's
That's
doing
so
that.
weird. Like Bruce Spence is like I love Bruce Spence, big
Yeah,
fan.
even I love
I
Bruce
love what
Spence.
a physical player she is. Like I really like her. Anyway. Okay. Prediction.
God, can I go
Okay,
seven
Ash.
minutes?
Don't man, back your team, man. What is this?
Okay,
Have some chill.
I'm gonna go 2-2. I can't even imagine a win. I'm just
that's
gonna go.
that's funny. Oh no.
Like I have delusion, but I don't have like schizophrenia. The delusion is like I'm aware of reality.
No, but like when I said back your team, I meant like go like 3-0, not 7-0.
Yeah.
But anyway, fair enough. 2-2. Okay, good. I have a feeling that Spurs are going to score definitely because
Mm,
City's backline has just looked shaky. I realized that they've conceded like 18 goals. That's crazy
yeah.
for like compared to the top three teams. So obviously that backline has been facing some issues. But I'm gonna go 3-1 City.
He wants to cheat. Yeah, fair
Yeah.
enough. Okay. Brighton versus Chelsea. What an exciting fixture, maybe.
That's it. Okay. You know what? I was just watching like Fran Kirby and Dario Vidosic's press conference, and like Kirby's all like, we're really excited for the challenge, and the team is Brighton have really been struggling. Like they've not had a win in the league since like 16th of November. I was just checking some like details. I was like, do we have a chance of cruising through this one? But anyway, they've not had a win since 16th of November. And that was a very shaky performance against West Ham. I don't know if you remember, it was like a
Yeah.
3-2. It was chaos. And so, like, you know, when teams like that want to play like a team like Chelsea, they do tend to get fired up. Like Everton did, for example. They performed really well. I am honestly really curious to see, just picking up from where we left off our previous episode, where we said that Vidosic has not changed anything, right? And that's where all of Brighton's problems come in. So I'm really curious to see if the international break happened, if Vidicic has gone back to the drawing board, come up with like a game plan specifically against Chelsea, or like generally, just edit the way they kind of play football and their playing style. Um, so I'm a bit cautious. I was also really freaked out by the fact that Sonia Bompasa's press conference was just 5 minutes and Fran Kirby Vidicic was 20 minutes. And I was like, Chelsea are not taking seriously. Nobody's taking this seriously. Brighton are going to cause an upset. So anyway,
Oh my
paranoid.
God, perennial, like this is like perennial cynicism. Like, because like that Everton example also makes no sense. Everton have been on an upward trajectory since January. Like Brighton have been on a downward trajectory. They are not the same team.
Okay,
Like,
sorry.
uh,
Apologize.
uh,
I apologize for making poor comparisons.
also, like I think personally it's going to be a demolition. Like I'll tell you why. I feel like Chelsea's attackers have been coming under some slight pressure. Like even though Chelsea have been winning games and stuff, there's been some questions
Hmm.
about whether Chelsea's attackers are performing, especially their wingers. Uh, I just feel like this is the game in which Chelsea just go, oh my god, boom, boom, boom. We'll score like 3, 4 goals. Just put it all put everything to rest and get some confidence in from these games for the Champions League.
Okay, so Chelsea are going to silence the haters.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No, no, no. Honestly, like, I mean, to be very serious, like having watched players during the international break, like Micah Hamano scored, Cat scored and got an assist during the international break. Lauren James looked phenomenal. Lauren James has started defending, um,
Listen,
and it is really over for everybody.
Lauren James has been like low key great since she came back. Okay, like
Yeah,
she has been getting you across the line in love with last minute goals. She has been winning you penalties where no
yeah.
penalties are due. Like
Pink
she has
penalties.
really been like helping. Like she's full on like game changer.
Yeah, completely agree. So she looked really good during the international break, and also uh, Bompasser said that Germa is fit enough to like be
Yeah.
named on the bench. So let's see where all the $1 million is at. Let's see how that goes. Anyway, prediction.
I'm gonna go 4-0 Chelsea.
Uh, I think we're gonna concede. I'm gonna go 3-1 Chelsea. Okay, last fixture of the weekend, Arsenal versus West Ham. Ash, I am not particularly thrilled about this game. I don't know why. I just feel like, uh,
Yeah, I just think it's just one of those because like Arsenal, apart from like the top teams, have just been beating every single team by 4 goals, like 3 goals, 4 goals. It's
hmm,
just been like this mad goal rush. So I do think that this might be a tougher game for Arsenal than the previous games have been. Like Spurs was a total walk in the park. So I think it'll be a tough game, but I think they'll get the win. Like they're at home, it's all in their favor.
yeah,
West Ham will have some confidence with their 3-1 win against Brighton in the league. But like I just don't see them getting past Arsenal. And Arsenal cannot seem to stop scoring. Like it's going to be a cagey one, I reckon. Like I think West Ham will dig in deep and Arsenal will have most of the ball and it's just going to be like, side to side, lots of passing, and everyone's just going to be bored out of their minds. And
yeah,
hopefully West Ham can pull off. Like, I don't think it'll be a clean sheet. I do think West Ham will definitely score. I think
yeah.
they'll make a game of it.
Hmm. I think you know what. As we've been speaking, suddenly I've
Yeah.
gotten excited because I was just thinking it's
Yeah.
going to happen at the Emirates. There's going to be a lot of space. I think it's going to be really interesting to see how well, like, it's a bigger pitch, right? So
Yeah.
like it's just going to be interesting. But yeah, definitely, like it's hard to beat Arsenal at the Emirates. So I'm guessing it's going to go Arsenal's way. But what is your prediction, Ash?
Uh, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 3-2 Arsenal. I think it's going to be a tougher match than I think it's going to be.
Okay, I'm gonna go 4-1 Arsenal.
Oh.
Um, yeah, I think they're gonna score. I mean, even their forwards like Caldente looked really good in that. in those in the match against England. Yeah, I think Russo has been looking pretty good for both Arsenal as well as England. So let's see how that plays out. I obviously don't want to manifest a big Arsenal win any day. I would not like that, but I do think they're going to win it 4-1. But Ash, we are planning to obviously do like a proper prediction. What do you call it? A prediction competition.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
I realized there were no stakes to these predictions, and I would like to rub it in people's face when I'm right. So, I mean, the opposite is
my
also true,
face.
but
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. I think maybe I'll put like a little counter, a ticker, or not a ticker, a counter, I guess, on what we've got right and all of this. Um, but yeah, just wanted to remind everybody to subscribe to our channel on YouTube. If you listen to us on Spotify, make sure you tune in there as well and subscribe um, to the podcast. But also, just wanted to give you all a heads up. We have some very exciting content for the whole month of March because there is a lot of exciting football that's going to happen. So we'll have some live streams. We'll have a few guests on where we discuss the Champions League. So keep your eyes peeled. Make sure you maybe even have the notifications on because we're going to have quite a few videos out this month. We are working hard at it, and hopefully you enjoy all of it. But yeah, until Monday, Tuesday, whenever we have our next video up, it's bye from us. We'll catch you soon.